Oh, I'm gonna say it's bad lighting. Oh. Let's go over here. I think the lighting's better over here. 9 o'clock. Once again, every day, I believe I can see the future as I repeat the same routine day in and day out. That's actually from a 9 Inch Nails song. And it is so true. As I repeat the same routine every single day, but not necessarily because I changed it up. Getting those morning workouts in, and that's also really good too. And I really love working out twice a day. I know it's only day 2, but I'd rather wake up and hit the weights versus waking up and doing the Stairmaster. It just feels more like bodybuilding to me, waking up and doing 2 days. And also, I am really hungry today. Waking up doing cardio, not hungry in the mornings, not hungry at all until about maybe 7 o'clock at night is when the hunger starts to settle in. But waking up and working out, man, I had been hungry since about 7 o'clock this morning. And not like starving, like, oh, it's so brutal, I can't handle this type stuff. Just hunger. Like, I'm actually really hungry, and I'm looking forward to eating this chicken and rice. How I'm looking at it is whether I do 2 30-minute sessions in a Stairmaster or I do a 5-minute session in the morning, 2 10-minute walks, and 15 minutes in the evening, that's still 40 minutes. I know it's 20 minutes less than what I was doing, but training that hour in the morning is definitely burning calories, a significant amount of calories. So I'm not going to stress the loss of cardio because I still do enough movement during the day. To be honest, I feel like this is going to help keep me from getting stringy. I get carried away sometimes with the cardio, and I'll start going too hard on it and too much, and I'll start cardio all my muscle away. I'm not trying to cardio my muscle away. I just got to create the deficit to burn the fat while preserving the muscle. And to be honest, like, it's one of those things that, like, it's hard for me to scale back on some stuff. I like to go harder and harder. The better I get, the harder I want to go. And I got to remember, like, sometimes doing less is doing more. So do a little less cardio, a little bit more weight training, and see where that takes me. 12 o'clock, time for my second chicken and rice meal of the day. I'm going to get this down and go on my 10-minute walk. I got the chicken boiled to perfection. I actually took advice from one of my subscribers. They told me, hey, look, man, boil it for bring it to a boil and put it down on a low heat for like an hour. Well, I did it for 2 hours instead of an hour, but doing it that way, it did make it tremendously more tender because I tried it for an hour and it was still kind of a little rubbery. So I went for 2 hours and now it shreds apart and pulls. And then I also put some of that broth from the boiled chicken into the bowl that I keep it in, the container that I keep it in, and it actually keeps it a lot better and a lot more moist. So it's a lot easier to eat, a lot easier to chew. It's not nearly as awful as it was. Still not seasoned or anything of the sort, but whatever. And that's fine, though, because I'm getting my results. I don't know if you guys saw the morning video. If you didn't watch the morning video, go back and watch the morning video because now I'm doing 2 a day. So I'm doing a like day 46 the suffering morning video, day 46 the suffering evening video. So I'm gonna have my morning workout one video because for me to put all the content into one, it'd be too long a video. So like for me to do like my morning cardio talk and then my workout with talking here and there with all my sets and everything I do, and then the after post workout meal, like my breakfast basically, if I also put everything in that video, it's going to be around like 20 to 30 minutes long, 35 minutes long. And that's even speeding up the sets and kind of cutting out a lot of the morning. And then if I did it, my 2 10-minute walks, the 2 meals I record, I don't record my last meal of the day, well, my last chicken and rice meal, but I record the 9 o'clock, the noon, the walks, and then the workout, then the post-workout video. Man, you'd be looking like an hour video. I don't know if you guys prefer hour-long video or 20-minute videos, 20 to 30, but I'm going to try to keep them around like 15 to 30-minute videos and stuff like that. Just that way I can put all the content I want into my morning video. I don't have to worry about dumbing it down, or not dumbing it down, but like editing it down and then doing another one in the afternoon. Then I have to cut this out and cut that out and cut this out and cut that out. So that way I can have 2 videos and they both run 30 minutes long. That's fine. Then you can pick and choose which one you want to watch, or maybe it feels less committed to having to watch an hour-long video. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. But that's what I'm going to do for a little bit. And hopefully you guys appreciate that. If not, my views fall way, way, way off. I'll probably go back to doing one-a-days. Also, this is easier for me to go back and rewatch the videos later in life. Like in a few months from now or a few years, I could go back and be like, oh, the morning video. Oh, no, it was a chest video, so that's a morning or whatever. I could go back. It'd be easier to find each video instead of putting it all into one video. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and eat and do my 10-minute walk afterwards. Yet here we are again for another 10-minute walk at 12 o'clock. I gotta say, my legs are tender. They are getting so tender. Definitely stiff and tender. Not crazy sore, but I can definitely feel they got worked really hard yesterday. So I'm enjoying this splitting the days, splitting the muscles up so I can really focus on one muscle at a time and really just go ham on it. And to be honest, I just don't think that doing 6 sets of body part and an hour of cardio a day. So it's like, oh, I'm gonna do 6 sets for my chest, 6 sets for my back, and an hour of cardio is what my body needs. Like, I just feel like that's body shrinking for me. Like, I'm just shrinking the body down, not body building. It's like training really freaking hard and going to war on the weights every time I go in the gym and just training as hard as I possibly can till the muscle goes numb. Like training until the muscle goes numb. That's what I'm doing. I'm training until my muscles go completely numb, and then I train some more. And then backing off the cardio, I think it was a good call. Plus, I just like it more. It just feels more like bodybuilding to me. I just hope that I'm eating enough food to be able to get the recovery I need, because 2,600 calories a day is great for a cut. But to train this much volume and this much frequency, I don't know if it's going to be enough food. But it's okay, because we only have 5 more weeks. 5 more weeks. It's Thursday today. I only have 5 more weeks until this cut is over, and then I can start revving my calories back up, putting my protein back up. I'm getting 330 grams of protein a day right now, and I'm going to be going up to 500 in August whenever I start my bulk. And then I'll slowly bring my carbs up if I need additional calories, so energy or whatever else. I'm going to go hard on the bulk. I'm hoping I hit my goal and I have my abs by the end of July, at the end of this, because I am ready to try to put some size back on instead of being focused on downsizing. I want to start focusing on putting some size back on. Okay, I'm going to finish up my walk, and I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock in the gym. Welcome to day 46 of the suffering. It is our afternoon workout, so I'm doing back tonight and did chest this morning. And we are going to see how brutal we can make this. Trying to make it as brutal as we can, being reasonable and not going so crazy that we get hurt. But the goal is to really annihilate the back. I'm going to go to war with the weight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little tired. And I can tell you right now, the lack of food for my diet, eating 2,600 calories a day is great for a deficit, but training like this, it's definitely going to show up. It's going to manifest itself in low energy levels. That's okay. You know what? Let's get a little crazy here. Let's go with 200. Let's get a little crazy here. Let's max the stack out. Why? Because I want to. There's going to be some ugly form. This is going to be some whipping and heaving and hoeing and slinging it, leaning way back. This is going to be real ugly. This is going to be super ugly. But it's okay, because I have a plan. Oh, I thought you weren't going heavy and you're not trying to get hurt. Yeah, heavy with good form and slow reps. But this right here, this is that secret workout. Like when you go to a restaurant, you ask for the secret menu. That's what this is. This is the secret menu. We're just going to try to pop down at least five of these ugly reps. That was a lot more than I thought I was going to get. Now let's go ahead and drop this sucker to 170. Where's he going with this?
We're doing some drop sets. That's where we're going. We're going all the way to numb. We're not stopping at the burn. Stop when the lights go down. Okay, I'll make a big jump down to 130. Ooh, here's the final drop right here. We're all the way down to 90. All the way down to 90. Now we're gonna squeeze it. Oh yeah. I think I could have gone a little harder. That was fun doing those drop sets and those wide grip pull downs. That was a lot of fun. And ultimately, it's about having fun while you're here doing this. Like, don't get me wrong, if you have a trainer and they have you on a program and the program's working, do not change it. If you're doing your routine and you're not having fun with it, but it's giving you amazing results, do not change your routine. But me, I don't have a trainer and I was not getting amazing results. Therefore, I changed it. And now we got close grip pull downs up next. And while I'm waiting for him to be done, here's a little tip. When you're doing wide grip pull downs, if you flare your elbows out, you'll get all between the shoulder blades. If you tuck your elbows in, you'll get your lats. And that goes for doing T-bar rows, seated cable rows. If you pull down low and keep your elbows in, you'll get lats. If you flare out and pull up, you get all the middle of your back between your shoulder blades. So depending on what you need for your back development is maybe how you should look at changing up the way you're pulling on your close grip. Because it doesn't matter if you're doing close grip or wide grip, you can use close grip to target both areas, so the middle of the back or the outer lat. So either way it goes, you can use close grips to hit, but a little bit harder to hit both with wides. I still like wide grip pull downs, I still do them, but with a close grip, it's a lot easier to change your elbow placement in your pull and how you're pulling, regardless of what you're doing. Even right there, I don't know, can you see that in the camera, the lats going like this versus like that? You see them flaring out, right? So, like I said, pulling like this versus pulling like that. Yeah, anyways. Okay, I'm gonna do rest pause on this. And when I do rest pause, I don't just pull and then take a break and then pull and take a break. I change up the tempo with each pull. So this is the first pull of the rest, so we're gonna get nuzzled in here, and then let's see what we can get here. Okay, I'm gonna breathe 10 breaths. Now we're changing the tempo. Now we're just gonna move the weight. Now we're gonna go for 6 breaths. You could go 15 to 20 breaths if you want. The longer you breathe, the more reps you'll be able to get on the next go. But I change the tempo again. I change every time I pull. You can keep it the same. There's nothing wrong with that. I used to do that for many years, and I keep the pull exactly the same for all 3 rest pause. But I figured, why not change it up? So now I'm gonna hang and stretch my lats for a little bit, and then we'll be on to the next. And just to be clear, I am not going to train this way every single week. This isn't something that's going to be an every single day routine. What I mean is, I'm using the principles of Joe Weider and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Frank Zane and all those guys. The muscle confusion bro science, you know, the non-scientifically backed bro science, where they say you got to keep your body guessing, you got to keep your muscles guessing. You can't continuously do the same thing every single workout, because if you do, your body will adapt and get used to it, and it's not going to cause anything to grow. You have to continuously change it up. So even though the lifts are going to stay the same, wide grip pull down, close grip pull down, machine row, I'm going to change the style of what I'm doing. Like some days I'll come in here and I'll just do straight sets for everything. The next time I might do negatives and 4 reps. And the next time I come in, I might do drops on everything, and then rest pause. And then next time I might do a mixture of everything. And then maybe I'll do like a straight set on this, and then a rest pause on that, and then whatever. So it's always going to be different. It's never going to be the same. It's always going to be changing. And the reason why it's always going to be changing is because, one, when I do the same routine for too long, unless I'm competing for bodybuilding, unless I'm competing for powerlifting, whenever I was doing powerlifting meet, I could stick to the same routine for months, because I knew no matter how much I hated it, how monotonous it was, how hard it was, how intense it was, how agonizing it was going to be what I needed to set a new PR in a competition. With bodybuilding, it's incredibly boring to me, because it's literally just like, okay, all right, to the next thing. That's boring. This is fun, because I'm challenging myself in new ways. Like, can I do a rest pause followed by a drop set followed by a superset? Can I? It makes it more fun to me, because I'm challenging myself in a different way, besides just to like squeeze, slow, negative, deep stretch, squeeze, slow, negative, deep stretch, squeeze. Okay, we'll do 7, 8 of those, 7, 8 of those reps, and then we're going to do the exact same thing for another movement, and then we're done. That is boring. That is just, it just bores me to be on. So we are going to try to make this fun and keep fun, and then by changing it up regularly and keeping it different but the same, it should keep me from getting routine fatigue. I'm just doing this straight through, nothing fancy about this right here. So here's the thing. With this type of movement, if you squeeze your arm into, you don't just pull. you squeeze it into the handle, you'll engage that lat. You'll tuck that elbow and squeeze your elbow to your side by pushing your palm into the handle, and you'll engage that lat really hard. I like to rest about 30 seconds to a minute between sides, because I don't feel it's fair to the other side if you go straight into it, because you're fatigued from the previous side. So give yourself a minute, catch your breath, let your heart rate slow a little bit so you can come into this side and hit this side with the same amount of force that you did the other side. Do you have to do that? No. It's not scientifically backed, guys. Remember that. It's bro science. It's not scientifically proven. This is my weak side. And I lied. That's just a straight set because we're supersetting it with some reverse grip seated cable rows. We'll come over here. Now we're gonna do some underhand, like reverse grip barbell rows, but with a cable. Keep this low to the belly button, and then squeeze your elbows inward. If you flare them out, you'll get a different area of your back. And how many reps should you do? I don't know. As many as you want or can. That was good. That was a good little superset right there. I'll switch it up a little bit and keep it interesting. Okay, so that's it for my back routine. Pretty simple. Just make the three movements that you're doing very difficult and hard. I got cardio. I think I'm gonna try for 15, but my legs are super sore from yesterday, so I'm gonna see what I can do tonight for cardio. You guys didn't think I'd give you all some posing. Let's see what my lats are doing here. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna say it's bad lighting. Ooh. Let's go over here. I think the lighting's better over here. Let me try. Ooh, every good workout requires a little bit of flexing. Oh yeah. I don't know how that looks on camera, but in the mirror it looks great. Probably looks like trash on camera. Okay, that's all I got for tonight. I'm gonna do some cardio. Now that is how you train for a pump. I don't know if it showed on camera, if it picked it up or not, but I'll tell you this much. My back was pumped up tonight. And my arms hurt real bad from Tuesday, so those got indirect work. My biceps. This is what I'm talking about right here, guys. This is what I say, like, I really like doing boiled chicken for the simplicity of how easy this is. You boil 15 pounds of chicken, or however much chicken you need for the week. I need 15 pounds. And then you put it in a big old pot like this. And then when it comes time to make your food, all you have to do is open it up and then weigh it. I don't even have to cook. I don't have to cut it either. I don't have to slice it. I don't have to do none of that. Why? Because it's so cooked, it just tears apart. This is simplicity. at its absolute finest. And it just makes it simple. And the simpler you can make something, the easier it is to stick to. When you make a overcomplicated diet and you're like, well, I need variety. So I got to wake up and I have to do all this meal prep for my first meal of the day. It takes 30 minutes. And then my next meal, I only eat 4 times a day, but it takes me pretty much like, 30, 40 minutes to prep each one of my meals. And then I have so many ingredients that I put into each one of my meals. I have to buy all these different ingredients, and then I have to prep them all differently, and then I have to prepare it all differently. And it takes a lot of time. And I'm not trying to cop out and sound lazy, but ultimately, the simpler you can make this, the easier it is, the more likely you are to stick to it. Because when you start doing this after about 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, if you're still on it, maybe 6 weeks, you're going to realize when you first start, it's like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm making a change. I'm not just working out and doing stuff in the gym, but I'm making a change here outside of the gym. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And then after a couple of weeks, it's like, man, I don't feel like meal prepping. I go to the store and buy all that food, and then I have to cook all that food and all those individual meals and those different servings and that different style. And then it becomes a lot of time, and then it becomes tedious, and then it becomes aggravating. Because then it's like you're consumed by not only working out. It's like I got to work out however many nights of working out. Then I have to do cardio however many days or nights or evenings or mornings I do cardio. And then I'm going to the store to buy all this food. And then I have to spend all this time cooking this food. And then I have to measure it all out and weigh it all out and divide it all up and blah, 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 blah. And then y'all might say, well, it's not that serious. You don't have to get that hardcore with it like you are. You can just kind of like buy pre-made food or frozen foods and just calorie count, and you could do if it fits your macros, and you can eat whatever you want to eat. That's true. You can eat whatever you want to eat, and you can do if it fits your macros. You can do all that stuff, and it does work. Not taking anything away from that. But if you want to get healthy, eating like that's not really the best option. Losing weight is different than getting healthy. You can lose weight and still be unhealthy. Your blood markers will get better. Losing weight is the fastest way to fix blood markers and illnesses and health issues. But once your weight comes down and you level out and you stop losing weight, if you're still eating all those foods like you were previously, your health is not going to be improved much at all. Everything's going to go back to being how it was. Even if you don't gain the weight back, your health will not improve. It will recess back to where it was. Well, that's not true. No, it is. I know because I've done it. I've done it many times. It will recess back. Your blood pressure, your cholesterol, the way you feel. If you're eating canola oil regularly, you're going to feel bad. If you're eating sunflower oil regularly, you're going to feel bad. If you have gluten allergies and gluten intolerances and you're eating gluten, you're going to feel bad. It's just the way it is. As you're losing the weight, you can get away with eating. Look, I have the proper amount of green beans in this one this time. But like I said, if you're losing weight, it's a lot different than when you're just holding weight. So the better you eat, the healthier you eat, the healthier you will become. Now, like I said, losing weight and getting healthy is two different priorities, goals, obligations, however you want to say it and look at it. But like I said, there's a difference. And I even forgot where I was going with. Oh yeah, so simplicity. So like I said, so the simpler you can make it and the more you can eliminate from your diet. Like for instance, okay, if you have someone on drugs and you want to detox from the drugs, you don't give them, unless they're a heroin addict or opiate addict. But for the most part, when you want to get someone detoxed, you get them off of the toxin that's causing the problem. So if you're trying to get healthy, you got to get away from the foods that's causing your health issues. And then your health will improve. And then, believe it or not, if you stay off of those foods for about 6 months, you stay off of those foods, believe it or not, most of your blood markers and your health issues will correct themselves. And then you'll be able to go back to eating like that occasionally without having any issues. Without having any issues at all. Hold on. Ooh, let me get my camera set up here, guys. Bear with me for a second. Okay. Most of your health markers will improve if you give yourself about 6 full months of all those foods that are causing your health issues. About 6 months is what it takes. And then you can kind of go back to having some fun foods here and there on the weekends and not having to worry about your health issues. But I kid you not, the fastest way to lose weight and get your health back is by reducing what you eat and doing an elimination diet. And I know that's not how you have to, there's other ways to do it, blah, blah, blah. I have to use non-stick on these because if I don't, my egg whites are gonna stick. So what I'm cooking here is my breakfast and my dinner. My dinner for tonight, my breakfast for tomorrow. So 6 of these is a cup and a half. And I measured it out. 6 of these are a cup and a half. So as long as I fill these up right almost to the top, that'll be a cup and a half of egg whites. And that's what I do for breakfast and that's what I do for my dinner. But now instead of having to sit here and skillet cook it, I save time in the evening from having to stay over it. And I save time in the morning from having to stay over it and cook it. It's just faster and easier, but I still get all the benefits. The only downside is I have to use some cooking oil so it doesn't stick, because I tried doing it without the cooking oil and the only thing that happened was the eggs stuck to the inside of the muffin pan and it was a nightmare getting it all out. It sucked really bad and I'm not trying to do that. So this is dinner and breakfast right here. And it's perfectly convenient because what I eat measures out to 6 of these, so makes it really convenient. So anyways, like I was saying, one more time, simplicity. The easier you can make the prep and the diet, and the less complicated it is, the more successful you'll be. You get too overcomplicated and you start putting too much in there, I'm telling you, it's going to start feeling like a job, and not a fun job either. It's going to feel like a nightmare. I'm going to let my oven preheat, and then I'm going to put these in here. I got to go cut my yard. My wife's working out, and the sun's out finally. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning for our shoulders and traps.